Now I'm gonna get straight to it. It's story times with ones. Every so often, I got a bunch of story, a walking testimony. But this particular story slash video is gonna be about the time I seen the Reaper, aka demon, in a tree in one of my cousin's pictures. Now, first, I want to start off by saying this: there was no smartphones at this time. There were um, no such thing of all these special effects or nothing. This was a long time ago. I'm talking about probably the late 90s. Just so you can have a clear understanding. And story is 100% true. No falsification, no exaggeration. I contest that this is a true story. So I had to add that in so you can have an understanding. There was no smartphones. There were no the late 90s. Okay. So, anyways, I would often visit. I have a big family. Let's start our earthly family. I have a big earthly family, right? And these particular family members, um, again, because we have a very big family, but these particular family members were always known to be kind of different, strange, unusual. Word through the grapevine, one of my cousins, even all the way back then, he was kind of like, I guess, with the LGBTQ. If you kind of catch my drift, I don't need to get too deep into that. Him, her, however you want to go with that, right? Now, I've heard a lot of bizarre stories, and I may get to this other story too, but you know, depending on the support and if you like more of these vids, these type of stories, let me know too. Leave it in the comments. So anyways, so anyway, I heard a lot of different stories about uh them, and one of my particular cousins, which I heard was messing around with like black magic or witchcraft, some type of stuff like that. I've heard a lot of little crazy things they've done before, Ouija boards, etc. But I'm gonna stick to this story. So one of the days I just go and visit them. My family go by their house, visit, say what's up to their mothers, our all family members, and I was just talking to my cousin. We were sitting there. He's like, "Hey, let me show you something." And again, I think I told this story before, but let me know if I did, cause I don't know. Sometimes I be having certain things that I kind of have to delete, and sometimes my devices don't be working right sometimes, so I'm not sure if I deleted it and never talked about this again. But anyways, he was like, "Let me show you something in this picture." Now, remind you, there's no smartphone at this time. There's no type of what you call it, graphics, anything. And even to this day, I don't think they even have the AI or whatever to depict what I've seen in that picture. But anyways, right? He's like, "Let me show you this picture. Do you see anything in this picture?" And my cousin is showing me a picture of our family. I think my grandmother, and because again we have a very large family, and it's us at the park. That's what we normally do. We go to the park and we barbecue, and just hang out, play basketball, chill, the things that people do at barbecues and get-togethers and gatherings or whatever. So everybody out, it's the trees, it's hot. Obviously, a lot of time people go under the trees to get some shade from that heat, because could be 80, 90, sometimes 100 degrees. But anyways, he's just asking me like, do I see anything funny in the picture? And I'm like, what am I supposed to be seeing? First of all, he's not even telling me what am I even looking at. And he's just like, no, just look. Do you see anything funny? And I'm like, so again, I'm not overstanding, first of all, anything about what he's talking about or what I'm supposed to be looking at. So, anyways, I'm like, okay, I see family members. It's a nice day. It's the park. I'm looking all around. And I'm a very detailed person, but I was very young back then. Very, very. And I just see family members. I don't see nothing spectacular, but just how regular families take pictures at gatherings, get togethers, parks, etc., for memory. So I'm just looking, I'm like, I don't see nothing. What am I supposed to see? He like, just pay attention, like look around, make sure you really look. What they tell me if you see something. And I'm kind of getting a little irritated, like, is he kind of playing with my mental right now, or if this a joke, like I don't even find it funny, I don't get it either. So I'm looking at the picture again, I'm like, looking up and down, I'm like, I don't see what you talk. He said, look by the trees over in this area. He kind of pointed at this area of the picture or whatever. So I'm looking. And excuse me too, because this was so many years ago. Again, this was the late 90s. Um, I believe I asked him one more time, like, wait, where? Like, what am I supposed to be seeing? And he pointed close. He said, look over here. And I looked. And my heart, I'm looking. My heart my heart skipped a couple beats. I cannot make this up, man. I literally seen a reaper in the tree. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Literally, I'm not talking about a reaper that's in the tree, embedded in the tree, camouflaged inside the tree. And the only how I would knew a reaper, because man, this still crazy, man. I'm still baffled to this day. Like, I'm trying to explain this, but it's like, it's not complex, but it's kind of complex, but it's simple, but it was embedded in the tree. It was the same color as the tree. It was like on the side, but you could see the axe, whatever you call it, right? The axe. Sometimes I got certain things I can't pronounce the best. Excuse me. Ask, whatever, axe. You know how the reaper, it's embedded in the tree, like camouflage. You seen the chameleon, it camouflage. I promise you, if he would have never told me or showed me that area, I would have never knew what he talking about. I would not have seen the form of that reaper in the tree. I don't care. You can't even carve nothing like that. That's not, man. I don't know, man. That's why I say the truth is stranger than fiction, man. I heard they was playing Ouija boards and all this other stuff, and I'm telling you, it was a reaper embedded. That's like a demon, you know, embedded right in the tree. So that tells me that's one of the things that I guess started fascinating with me with certain things and letting me know like life is much deeper and way spookier and other things than we can probably ever imagine right now in this human avatar. But those ones that's got that heavy discernment, you know, especially now. Back then I didn't know what's going on. Now it's being a spiritual assassin amongst everything, a lot of other things. Back then I could not comprehend, but that's one of the things amongst other stories that I may drop, etc. But that just let me know that it's way more to life than what we could ever. I don't even believe we literally ever die, man. Our body returns, but it's energy, and certain beings have souls, some don't. But like I said, man, I can't even explain. Like, that's how you think some stuff where when you can't barely explain it. Because I cannot explain to you. You would have to see this. Like, the same color as the tree. It's not sticking out the tree. Nothing is in the tree. Is it right embedded? I think it's like in there. And you can see the whole form with the axe that's curved in there with like you can see it. It's almost like it's shape shift. I'm assuming that had to be a demon. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, that was the late '90s. I'm pretty sure it was not no smartphones. Shoot, I don't know if it was even a flip phone back then. Maybe it was a flip phone. This was a long time ago, and I seen that. I gotta reach out to one of my the cousin that to see if they ever got that picture again. But that was the one of the creepiest things I've ever seen in a picture. Like, everybody out there just partying. That tells me that people do things on a everyday basis. Look at all these parties, right? People go to these parties, these clubs, crazy shootouts happen and all this stuff. Just watch the news. Demons are real, man. Like, I just it just dawned on me, like, sometimes that's how my mind works, man. Like, that story just popped up in my mind again, and I wasn't sure if I told this story. I got a lot of different stories, from street stories to spooky stories to all kind of different things, man. But I've never seen nothing like that in my life. That's very hard to explain that, but that let me know there's all type of creepy, bad things around us all the time, just like as well as good entities, spirits, etc. Archangels. This stuff is real, and this is one of the things that got me slowly going into the supernatural thing, or because if you've been paying attention to the content that I drop, you never know what I may be talking about. I don't stay talking about the gang stalking all the time. That's part of my life. I'm a heavily watched individual. Heavily anointed, all type of things. They know what's going on. But yeah, I just wanted to drop this video, man, to show, like, it's a lot of things that's amongst us, man. Like, this ain't no to drop a video to have you in fear, but just know that life is way more than what we could ever imagine, man. Because for me to see an image like that all the way back then, there's no way nobody could have did that. I don't care. I've never seen that to this day. My cousin them, they couldn't have tricked and got no. Where they get this? This back in the day when you got what to get the photo out of the, and then it come out, and then what is it, black and white? I think it was color, and it was a minute ago. Oh my goodness, man, that thing was in the tree. We all out there just chilling. That just let me know, like, mind control and all that type of things is real, man. You got whispers, you hear these voices in people's head for real. Dark shadows. Was it a reptile? Like what was that, man? Like, anybody got some supernatural stories or anything? Let me know how you feel. You like these stories more coming? Just know, like, just thinking of, I got a photographic memory. I'm picturing this in my head. So we never know. You got aliens cloaking in clouds and all type of different things. It's so many things that's among us. This is the reason why you gotta be distracted. You gotta be in the entertainment and the social media. Like, this really ain't me, but you know, I feel like I'm going with spirit. It said, hey, you got to get out here. You got to say something. You have a voice. You have something, that may need to be heard. So, you know, I go outside of my box and start making content. Support the channel. You got to get the likes up, get the subs up, share the content, subscribe if you're not subscribed. More content coming on the way. Like, comment, and subscribe, share. Turn on your post notification. It is triple ones, the God, owners, 13. And I'm out.